Hello everybody, this is Andy, and welcome to episode 18 of Gregtech New Horizons. And like I said at the end of the last one, not much is going on between episodes because I literally just kind of finished recording the last episode. It's gonna go up in about half an hour, but I thought, hey, might as well get started on the next one because we've got some stuff to do. So we are making these by hand right now, and I think 40 is going to be good enough to get us started, but we need to do a little bit of other stuff. We need to do some setting up, actually, of this clean room right here. And honestly, that really shouldn't be that hard. What I need to do is, I think I'm going to change this pressure plate over to a lever, and that should allow me to not lose efficiency unless I Actually, I need to change this over to a button. That's actually quite easy. I just need to saw a pressure plate into two buttons, so I can actually put one on the outside and the inside. That should make this look slightly better, and it makes it perfectly functional. So do that, and we'll also put it on this side. Okay, perfect. As you can see, our clean room is now at 100% efficiency, which should mean that I should be able to connect this bad boy up right here and begin to use the circuit assembling machine in order to make clean room circuits. In order to make the next tier circuits, we are going to need a couple of special things that we haven't really made in mass before. I've made a bunch of these transistors, but we're going to make another 16 recipes of this, which would be, what, 60 plus, I don't know, 30, so that'd be 90. And then we'll make a bunch of these. I think I'm going to make 16, no, I'm going to make 32 recipes of this, which would require aluminum foil, which I don't have, and just some polyethylene. So these capacitors require fine tin wire and a little bit of silicon plates, and then I just need to do this fluid and push it into there. Eventually I'm going to make an MV fluid extractor for this assembling machine, but right now I'm just using this one and a tank to carry the fluids over in exact amounts, so we don't really have to stress. And now this thing is going, it's faster than it is at, oh yeah, it's actually not that bad at all. At LV it's pretty slow. So we should be good on these for a while. These have to be made at MV, and they take 16 seconds each. So let me get some aluminum foil and some polyethylene. Alright, there we go. Transistors are done. Let's get some capacitors going. So it needs thin polyethylene, aluminum foil, and once again, just go ahead and push into there, and it should turn on. This one's going to take a little bit longer, but that is completely okay. So both of these also require one other thing, and that thing is either going to be SMD resistors or normal resistors. Which one is going to be easier? Polyethylene looks like it wouldn't actually be that bad, but we have to use carbon, and carbon can be gotten from electrolyzing, yeah, we can get it from electrolyzing coal. Let's go ahead and do that. I got some carbon from electrolyzing some charcoal dust that we had. It's about half as good as normal coal, but I have coal in ore form and not dust form, so this is what we get. And these things are coming along nicely. Only 8 more to go, and we've already got 3 stacks of capacitors, which should last us a decent amount of time. I'm probably just going to shove these in here, and it'll just pick and choose which recipe. There is enough polyethylene in here to finish off the entirety of both of these stacks, so everything should be just about fine to go. So let's think about making some of these good integrated processors right here. I don't need any tier 1s right now, so let's make the tier 2s. We should just need a little bit of fine red alloy and some central processing units. Where is the exact recipe that I want? Right, nope, nope. This one. This is the recipe that I want. So I'm just gonna need, I'm going to need 20 of the HV processors, which means I'm going to need, that's not the HV processor we can use, we need this one, which means I'm going to need 20, wait, no. I'm going to need 10 of the HV processors, which means I'm going to need 20 integrated processors. So let's go ahead and start shoving everything that we need for that into our circuit assembler in here. That should be fairly simple, just, you know, put the stuff in there. Alright, we are finishing up our last red alloy wire, or fine red alloy wire that is, in the basic wire mill. I kind of do want to upgrade my wire mill very, very soon, but you know, that'll be fine. So we need 80 of each thing that is not a circuit board or an integrated processor thing that we made in the cutting machine. So if I put that in there, and I put this in here, and make it push down, hopefully this thing will start running, but it doesn't. What that probably means is that if you want things to come in, this needs to be facing this way. And it does still connect, and I can just use my wire cutters here, and hopefully this will update and begin working. However, maybe not. Okay, I think I figured out what's wrong. It's kind of stupid and completely my fault. I am using the wrong thing in here. These are integrated logic circuits. These are not the right thing. We need central processing units to make the best MV tier circuits, which means we need to put our advanced precision laser engraver into the clean room. And then I need a glass lens. And there we go, the glass lens. It's actually really easy to make. You just literally craft it. Or I guess you can make exquisite glass crystals or glass panes or all this very fancy stuff that I did not do. And we need to laser engrave this. And it looks like it's not working, which potentially means that I did have it correct in my idea that like maybe I wasn't putting it the right way, and this is the way it needs to go. Yep, that's what it was, and now it's going very, very slowly, but you know, good enough. These do not have to be cut in the clean room, I don't think, right? They do have to be cut in the clean room. So let me also grab my cutting machine and shove it in here. Okay, just finishing up the last one right there. I'm only going to cut 6 for right now because that's very much already more than we need. And these looks like they're going, or this looks like it's going. It's going to take a minute just because I guess all the processes... Yeah, this has to run at MV. It's going to take a minute. At least it's half or twice as fast as running it with water. So I'm happy with that. Let's also go ahead and make one of these cable diodes, which will allow us to pass 4 amps of power through the wall instead of just the one that I already have. We're going to need to wait for these processes to complete before that happens, but I'll do it as soon as I can. I went ahead and replaced these with a slightly larger chest so I can access all of them. When I had the normal chest, this one couldn't be accessed because it was right below another block. I occasionally also do check and make sure this thing's running just fine because I don't want to start voiding recipes because that's something that this thing does do if you, I think if you start to go below 100% efficiency and if you have any issues with the multi-block, like you need to repair it. But there is our first integrated circuit. Let's go ahead and push that into the chest and let's start looking at making the HV ones. It looks like I'm going to need 80 fine red alloy, 80 capacitors, 40 RAM, and 40 of these small coils, which use a little bit of polyethylene, but I'm probably going to use steel rings to... Wait, no. I'll probably use... What is this? Fine annealed copper wire to get double the output. I think perhaps some of my fluids have gone sour. This is, This is light fuel. That's not light fuel. This is hydrogen sulfide. It looks like hydrochloric acid, or dilute hydrochloric acid. I mean, I guess it technically is if you pull the hydrogen out, kind of. Wait, no, not. No, it isn't. What am I saying? This is oxygen. That's brown or black. I don't know what the heck this is. Is there anything fun going on over here? No, that one's normal. And, ooh, that one's fancy. Yeah, that's not right. That's full of fuel. Interesting graphical glitch. Anyways, I'm up here because it's finally time to make the ring mold for the extruder. And it's just pouring out on here, and then we can use it to quadruple. No, it's like 8 or 10 times our ring amount per piece of steel, which is really, really good. So there we go. And there we go. Those interesting noise as soon as I start recording. 20 steel rings from 5 pieces of steel instead of 1 to 1. There we go, there we go. Let's push fluids into him, and there it goes. This is going to take a minute, but it will give us the small coils that we need. In the meantime, I believe everything else has pretty much finished crafting up. We are not, actually, we're not quite done. No, we need a couple more of those, and what else in here? I actually only needed 10 recipes, but I'm making 20, so, I mean, we don't need them right now, but there's no harm in making extras. Batch crafting is the name of the game. And it looks like, ooh, I haven't done the soldering alloy yet, but we have everything in here that we need with the exception of these two, which will have to get shoved in later on. Let me go grab, I think I need double the amount of soldering alloy, so I need 10 ingots for 10 circuits. And away she goes. In just a moment, we should get our first HV, or well, not our first HV circuit. We've had a couple HV circuits. Our first good HV circuit, and slightly easier to craft HV circuit. I think, no wait, these are harder to craft because they use 2 of these MV tiers, and the other ones only use 1 MV tier. Doesn't really matter. I'm happy with this. And we can turn these into this without too much issue, I don't think. We do need... No, we could just use diodes. I have a bunch of diodes. We need a couple of these. I have those. Yeah, I should have all this stuff. In this chest is effectively everything that we need to make the 5 EV circuits that we need in order to go to space. Well, wait, no. We need 6. It's okay. Or no, we need more than 6. We need like 8. Whatever. We'll deal with those later. Those will probably come in episodes down the line. These are the 5 we need right now. 3 of them to make the vacuum freezer, and 2 of them to make the HV circuit assembling machine, which will probably... I might get shoved like right here or something with an HV machine hole. The one thing we don't have, however, is blue alloy bolts. These are not hard to come by. I just simply don't have the stuff to craft them yet. They are crafted in an alloy smelter. It's the same as the electrotine ingots. I don't know if you've ever played Project Ozone 3, but like the electrotine alloy ingots or whatever, it's literally that. It's electrotine, 4 electrotine, 1 silver to make the blue alloy. So we need to, I think I've found an electrotine vein before, I just haven't mined it. So we need to go to the nether and get that. I haven't gone on an oil expedition in a while, so I decided to go ahead and come back over to where we're pumping oil, and I think I have run out of either range or I've run out of oil to pump. And it looks like the answer is I ran out of oil to pump because, well, the range on the basic pump is only 21 by 21, so all that stuff on the outside is not getting pumped. But it looks like we sucked up everything down further. And here is where the new pump gets to go. Hopefully this is a... You're not stopped already, are you? No, you're just being lame, right? Right? Yes, it looked like he was just being lame. It looks like everything is doing quite fine. All my blocks go into my digger's bag now, which is really nice sometimes and really annoying other times. But now we should be getting oil. And for now, I think I'm going to continue to use these large steel fluid cells. However, what the heck was that? Oh, okay. You can't use these on containers for some reason, so when you try and do it, I guess there's thunder. I've never heard that before. Whatever. So yeah, we're still going to use these for the time being, but it seems to be enough for now. Eventually, I will upgrade to the aluminum ones. I went ahead and already mined out the electrotine, but it's down there. Right next to our portal, we have a copper vein, I think like right there, and then below that just a little bit is the electrotine vein. So I got a couple of stacks, and we should be good to go. So, time to go home. I've done a little bit of work on decorating. I think I'm going to go with these inverted white lanterns. They're kind of annoying to make, but like it's pretty simple. I just need like a red lens and stone plates, which are easy to make, stone dust. I was already getting a bunch of that, and just like this. White dye is the most annoying, but I've had some bones, so, you know, we're good to go. I only could make like 16, but, you know, it's a very nice, bright white light. Also, this Melissa Store Factory thing is actually pretty cool. I made these doors out of the laboratory blocks that I'm using for the wall here, and I made it so they make a special sound, and they slide up. That's actually kind of annoying. I've never actually listened to it with my headphones on, but I'd say it's gonna fit the vibe of what I'm going for in the space. Eventually, I am gonna get a painting machine. That's kind of on the list. I could make it right now. I just don't want to spend the time doing it because it looks like microcrafting to the max. But that would allow me to make these pressure plates look a little bit better and kind of like flush with the rest of the base. And all that's left is to process the blue, what is it? Blue alloy. It's actually really fast in the alloy smelter. That's pretty nice. And I'll just shove that in there. And we can start making these into rods and cutting them. The alloy smelting is fast. Apparently, this is going to take a million years. So, in the meantime, we are going to need to make Kanthal coils very soon. So let's go ahead and grab the stuff that we need for that. This requires to mix... Or I think we can just craft for the same amount. Some aluminum, iron, and chrome. Chrome is the issue. This needs to be electrolyzed from ruby, just like we were doing in the past. So let's go. I have a little bit. I have 11 right here, but let's make a quick trip to the Nether and mine out a redstone vein that I found in the Nether and get a bunch more. I should have done this while I was there, but I didn't quite think about it at the time. When I killed my hammer, when I killed my hammer with the /clear accidentally, I'm not gonna lie, I did kind of re-roll its stats, and I got rid of the redstone that I had on it that made it go fast. I think I had 2 redstones on it or something, so I got those 2 modifiers back, and with that, I was able to make it unbreakable, which is so cool. I never have to repair this thing again, except it's really slow, but eventually I'll get more levels, and eventually we can make it faster. And there we go. There's the next modifier. I believe it took a long time, a lot of experience to get this modifier, but I've been doing a lot of digging, as you can kind of see. So let's put some speed on it. And while we're waiting for that ruby to process up, might as well go ahead and start cutting these. And let's use our cutting machine in the clean room because it's a lot faster. I have no idea why this blue alloy stuff takes so long to process in the machines, but it takes like no time at all to alloy smelt. Whatever. We have half of the stuff that we need, so I believe we should just be able to grab most of this, shove it into here, and begin creating our first EV circuits. And there we go, our first few EV circuits. We have 3 more crafting up, 2 more now, and as soon as this stuff is done, 1 after that. But that gets us ready to go into making this, as well as, is it the implosion compressor? No, it's the vacuum freezer. Yep, this needs 3 EV circuits. These last 4 HV circuits right here should carry me through the rest of the episode, because that will be enough to make the implosion compressor, as well as we have enough to make the vacuum freezer, and we have enough to make the advanced circuit assembling machine. Those are my 3 main goals for today. Alright, completely honest with you, I don't remember what I was doing last or what I recorded last because it's been many hours. Also, I've been playing with open computers a little bit, just kind of cheating stuff in because I didn't want to open a creative world and just kind of figuring stuff out. Don't worry, I deleted everything that I played with, but this is going to be more complicated than I wanted. But I do want to set up like screen monitoring for like fuel and power and stuff eventually. Let's not worry about that right now. So I need exactly 43 of each of these to make enough of these for 2 stacks of Kanthal. The next issue is we're gonna need a vacuum freezer. So I've got all this aluminum left from electrolyzing all of this stuff because I think everything I was electrolyzing actually gave aluminum. So I think we're gonna start smelting a ton of this aluminum because I'm actually starting to very slowly run out. I don't want to smelt this stuff up yet, so let's go ahead and put it in the output chest. Well, in looking at the recipe for this advanced circuit assembling machine, I found something that's actually fairly annoying because it requires, I don't know, it just requires a couple extra steps. And that would be this emitter right here. This is, yeah, it's annoying. Chrome, I think, has to be blasted in the blast furnace, which, like, you know, ooh, wait, it doesn't do hot chrome, does it? Nope, it just uses the normal chrome, like dust to ingot, and it uses the right temperature, so we don't have to worry about that. However, we do need to make an eye of ender, which can be made in a chemical reactor. However, it has to be done in HV, so we're going to need a transformer and an HV chemical reactor, which is actually one of the easier machines to make, so let me go ahead and make it. A medium voltage transformer, just like that, and an HV chemical reactor. Okay, so let's go ahead and set this up. Since this is going to be pulling all 4 amps, let's go ahead and set it up right here. I'm fairly certain this large button is the output, and if I set it down right here, that's a really nice looking machine. Compared to our MV machines, it looks exactly the same, but it's still a nice looking machine nonetheless. First HV machine. However, this should work just fine. Okay, awesome. That wasn't so hard. Alright, there's the Advanced Circuit Assembling Machine 2, the HV Circuit Assembling Machine. Now, we don't really need this thing right now. I'll probably just place it over, I don't know, over here. I'm putting things that I need to add to my clean room eventually, right here, and hopefully, there's no rain, like, this thing should just be fine right here. Alright, crafting this stuff up for the frost-proof machine casing has been fairly annoying. However, it seems like I had just enough aluminum to make everything that we need, or at least I believe we do. 21 I think is enough, so we have that, and I what else do I need? I need a hammer on top, wrench on the bottom. Okay, 21 of those. That should give me 20, which I think is enough to make the structure, plus 1 to turn in to this guy right here. Okay, so 3 EV, 2 gold, and this just like that. 3 EV. Oh, this is a little expensive, but I mean, it's what we made it for, so I can't really complain now, can I? The vacuum freezer. Okay, wonderful. So now that we've got all that crafted up, I do need to make an energy input hatch, which I will do very, very soon. But since we're there pretty much already, let's go ahead and start smelting up some of this stuff. I think, did it just go? Oh, it literally just went. It's going to take 45 seconds per, which means it's twice as fast as running it at MV, because it's 90 seconds for MV. So, let me go. We're going to have to, here's the one issue. We're going to have to run this entirely first, and then run our vacuum freezer entirely second, unless I choose to set this up somewhere that's not on this line, which I might as well. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm just going to run it at MV, so might as well. And there we go, the multi-block is done. And you can see, I did end up making some of this Gregtech tape stuff. It's really annoying to make, but, I mean, I can do it, and I kind of just struggled through it. I didn't actually, oh, this is a much easier recipe than what I used. I used the, this one. So I had to make, like, plant balls and stuff and use fuel in an autoclave. I had to make an autoclave, but, you know, whatever. It's done. And now, if I put my ingots in here, it should just run. Right now, only 13 have finished because... Wait, do these not hurt me? Huh. Apparently they don't hurt me in this version. That's kind of nice. Or maybe Kanthal ingots are just weird. So we throw these in the input bus. It should get sucked up as soon as I hit it with this. And we should have some Kanthal ingots popping out the other end. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh. There we go, first Kanthal ingot. Okay, wonderful. Also, I went ahead and added 2 more advanced combustion generators right here so I could separate my blast furnace thing right here, which takes 4 amps, so this is on its own line. And then we have 2 extra amps to run machines, which should be enough. I'll never use more than really 2 of these machines at once, and then we have a battery buffer here for the rest of the machines. Because, annoyingly, coils don't require just the wires, they also need mica or... Well, I guess you can only make these with mica, so we're going to need to use mica. We're going to have to go through this entire process right here. I will probably make a ton of this all at once because, is this hard to get? Flint in a centrifuge, glass in a centrifuge. Seems pretty easy to get. That's not an issue. It's this mica stuff. And remember, if you remember back, like, what, 10, 15 episodes ago, I found a mica vein when I was looking for diamonds. So I do know where this is, and we already have a ton of asbestos. We just have to get a bunch of sticky resin and mix it up. Well, we don't just have to mix it up. I have to go to the mica vein and mine it out so we can get the mica. Alright, and here we go. That is 4 stacks of mica all processed up into the mica insulator foils. I just need to shove it into here, and we should begin processing our 16 Kanthal wires, or our 16 Kanthal coils from a bunch of wires and insulator foam. So we should finish our first one right here, and it doesn't look like it's going to take very long. Also, I did break this, so let's shove it up into the chest once again. Awesome. Also, I realize I've had these energy conduits in my inventory for a while. I spawned these in when I was playing with ComputerCraft. They need to die, so bye-bye. Apparently, it takes exactly 3 stacks of mica insulator foil to cover 16 coil blocks, which is, you know, that's fine. So we are going to keep these copper nickel coil blocks around. They'll come in handy when I need another blast furnace that doesn't really have to run at a high temperature. But since this is my only one right now, this one has to be Kanthal. And also, it is trivially easy, now that I have these Kanthal coils, to upgrade straight to nichrome coils. But I don't really have a lot of nickel right now, and that would just kind of be expensive. I have all the chrome that I need, I just need more nickel. So we're not going to do that at the moment. These dew coils open up a lot of possibilities for us. However, that's pretty much all the time that I have for today. We didn't get to the implosion compressor, so we'll probably do that first thing tomorrow. But this is a really good step forward we've made. We made the HV guy over there, we got new coils, and we made a vacuum freezer, which is actually, that's kind of an enormous step forward. All we have left to do in our quest for the moon is to get the implosion compressor and get the dire crafting table, which is going to be part of tomorrow's episode. I'm gonna attempt to kill the wither tomorrow, but that's gonna require me to make better armor and also empower some of this stuff, which I can do. It just is going to be really expensive. I also think I'm going to set up HV power generation if I can. This shouldn't be that hard, but since we're at HV and we are starting to reach the point where lossy cables don't really matter, like we can use aluminum cables and they lose 1 EU per block, but if we're transferring it at EV with a transformer around our base, that's practically nothing. So we really don't have to worry about that. So I might centralize our power generation into one of these rooms, and then later we can just upgrade it from there. But that is going to be everything for today. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, leave a like or something like that. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.